of Baddie. Things get hectic and this episode definitely starts with a bang. Let's get into it. The first episode takes place somewhere in Atlanta where a brutal beatdown goes down. Lex takes her in and then takes her down before puddling her in her face. I damn near closed my eyes because it was a damn crime scene. Lex was going to work. It was brutal and Lex wanted more. I couldn't believe my eyes. And the girls couldn't either. And also watching the reveal of the damage that has been done. And one thing I got to say about that, it just sure wasn't still pretty. Just saying. Nah, but truly, all jokes aside, I really said to myself, it's a damn shame when you come in and you just click up. Because when you click up, guess what? Nobody's gonna help you. When you need it the most. They all watched that beat down, and it was a damn shame. But hey, man, we win some, we lose some, but like Pop said, at least we get to fight another day. The medics come rushing in trying to help Summer, but Lex ain't done yet. She comes approaching her again and takes her down again, and I'm just like, ugh. This is a lot. I don't even think Summer got one hit in. But anyway, she's beating her face in for the second round, and I'm just like cold killer, just a witness on the scene. But somewhere else in a different world, we have a car pulling up, and I already knew it. Once that leg popped out, I said it was Natalie. She comes out looking like a motherfucking OG. Dressed down, wig tight. I said her glam squad. They be doing her justice. Just don't do no close-ups. She walked off into the restaurant with her chin ready to do some checking. But before she could get quite there, she launches a message to the other ladies to let them know to be there or be square. As all the ladies pop up, we come to realize that it's all of the Bad Girls Club baddies, and I couldn't be happy. I really feel like this was a moment. This was a statement. For real. So Natalie is sitting there as the girls come in, and Camilla comes in and acts like, oh, I'm scared to give you a hug, but goes in for the hug. But after she does that, Natalie says, no hugs. Please, nobody hug me. The paranoia is real, and your girl might have PTSD. But either way, the girls sit down, and before I could even get to the song, we are family, it ends sadly before it could even start. Because Persuasion has a problem with how Natalie is speaking. She said I came in hot, and I feel like she's being rude. So she lets her know, you're being rude. And Natalie says, look, I've been going through a lot. And honestly, just from these last few seasons, I can tell. I honestly can. Everybody wants to live the fast life, but can you actually keep up? But anyways, they are going back and forth, and Persuasion basically says, you don't need to be acting weird with me. You can act weird with them, but you don't act weird with me. As Judy says, they're stars. From the sidelines, and I'm just like, you know what, Judy? You're just as weird as I remember you. But as the back and forth goes on, she notices that Bree is standing up. And now they're going back and forth where she lets her know that she needs to sit down before letting Persuasion know that she needs to relax. But she didn't relax. And Natalie immediately said, will you like to leave? Will you like to go? And that was the moment there where Persuasion actually thought about it and decided to relax. I just couldn't. I said, yeah. Natalie knows how to work them strings, baby, and she will remind you real quick where your place and your position really is. But anyways, they continue to go back and forth, and Natalie declines to fight any of them. Jayla hops up talking about we're better than this. And I gotta say, yeah, I low-key do agree. But what can we really say? As all this mayhem is going on, we notice in the background that another OG has arrived on the scene. Your girl, Tanisha. I'm not gonna lie, Tanisha's definitely one of my favorites when it comes down to the whole Bad Girls Club franchise. She's definitely one of my top favorites. But either way, Natalie continues to go back and forth with the ladies, and now she's going back and forth with Bree about Baddie shot a clock and who did this and who did that. Bree claims that she was there, and Natalie laughs in her face and says, you were not. To go back and forth as Tanisha inches her way closer and closer. Natalie tries her best to resolve the issues that she has with these ladies, but I don't think there's any light in that tunnel. They go back and forth about who made Baddie shot a clock and where it happened. And Camilla's eyes popped open with so much joy I had thought a family member had walked in. But really it was just Tanisha. And boy, wasn't the girls delighted when they seen her. With open arms! So much so that it honestly disturbed somebody's spirit. Natalie immediately peeped the scene and said, yeah, I'm out of here. And she wasted no time to do just that. I just said to myself, damn, Natalie, you would think that you had an issue with her or something like that. What do we not know about? I can't say if it was jealousy or envy or any of those things. I really don't know for sure. But what I will say is that I think Natalie has a little issue with the way Tanisha is loved. Now, that could just be me, but that's just how I saw it. After the girls embrace Tanisha, Tanisha sits down and she gets comfortable. Camilla notices, though, like, what happened to Natalie? She goes to find her in the back and she tries to speak to Natalie and tell her, look, man, don't leave. You know, trying to get Natalie to come back in. But at that point, Natalie wasn't trying to have it. She wasn't trying to come back in. And honestly, yes, it was an unfortunate situation because it was like, it would have been nice to see everybody all together. You know what I'm saying? But either way, she goes back out there where Tanisha is as they're all chopping it up. And she tries to get the other ladies to help her get Natalie to come back inside. But what she failed to realize was Natalie was already in her car and out of there. She wasn't playing, but I'm like, damn. Like, how you gonna tell Camilla maybe that she'll come in maybe, knowing that you know that she wasn't gonna come in? You know, anyways, the girls come back and let them know, look, Natalie, she's gone. I tried, but she still left. They then start asking who, how, what, why, as Bree calls out Low London. Now, I don't know what the beef was about. And I guess Low London had the same question because she's like, what beef? What are you even talking about? I mean, you want clout, clearly, because you're a peasant. And Bree is flabbergasted because she says, peasant? Girl, you're wearing Walmart. And I'm like, damn, what the Walmart got to do with this? Sometimes it's just like that. And Low London says, that's okay because I'm dripped in Chanel and I'm not an escort in Vegas. Bree's like, you need to come up with something else. And I'm like, damn, there must be some truth to that. Either way, they continue to go back and forth, and Bree bends it over and says, do better. And at this point, I think I checked out. They're going back and forth, and Bree decides to tie up her hair as they really try to get down to why there's even any beef in the first place. But they're both not really trying to hear that, even though Low London is trying to explain where it came from. And the funny thing about that is she was explaining herself to someone who didn't even give a damn. Bree stands up and says she wants to fight, and Low London grabs her shoe. I'm like, yo, we don't need another episode of College Hill. For the ones who know, you know. The guards grab it out of her hand, and I'm just like, thank God. But either way, this is the time where Bree feels like it's the right time to run up. She runs up and hits Low London with a quick jab. And even though she slightly missed, I was still shocked because I instantly started getting deja vu. And I got to say, Low London, couches are not your friend. Bree knocks her down on the couch. As Low London struggles, she's finally able to get up, and I could see the rage in her eyes. She tries to fight back, but honestly, I feel like she did not succeed. But out of nowhere, we got Kat pulling Bree down by her whole goddamn skull. Just out of nowhere. And she was proud, too. I was just like, honestly, Kat, where the hell did that even come from? Where did the beef come from when it comes to you and Bree? But either which way, it's all chaos now. Everybody's going at it, and Bree is confused. Even though I feel like she did get that one, she felt defeated because she got jumped. And I mean, hey, I get it because I feel like she was a bit blindsided. Kat, if you had an issue, why didn't you just say that? Because the point is, if you have an issue, state the issue. Don't wait for another person to state their issue so you can jump in on it. No, I'm sorry, it's corny and it's lame. But either way, it's a shouting match and they're doing what they do. At this point, Bree's like, I'm done. Shouts at them that they're weird and walks off. Low London continues to call Bree names as Sarah goes to check on Bree. She's like, I got jumped, Sarah. Sarah's like, you got blood on your lip. But while that's all going on, Persuasion is talking about, I can't, guys. Look, I just can't do this. This is not why we're here. I just gotta go. And I'm just like, cut it out with the damn dramatics before we put you back in the sink. Because if you want to be real, you're the one who started all this shit. Either way, Kat tries to explain to the girls why she did what she did, and I don't give a damn, really. And then Bree's in the back popping her shit, talking about how she's confused of Kat's actions. It made no damn sense to her. Bree said, well, you think I'm from the trailer park? Well, watch this. Lifting her legs and wobbling her grits. As Kat continues to explain herself to Tanisha, I'm starting to feel like none of us really give a damn. Tanisha tries to listen and she tries to understand. She even tries to give advice. Hey, we can apologize. We can fix this. But no one is really listening. To the point where she hops up and I think she's about to go get the goddamn pots and pans. I'm like, hey, yo, y'all need to relax before old Tanisha come out. But before she could even turn up and get loose, it starts to rain. I said, yes, that's our cue. Next scene. We now have Biggie, Stinka Tinka, and Mariah Lynn meeting up, talking about what has been new and what's going on and what is the beef between Biggie and AHNA. Has it been resolved? Are you guys good? And it's kind of funny because it's like they talked her up. Her and goddamn Tasiki walk in and basically sit down. They chopping it up, and it comes down to the point where AHNA just says, hey, Biggie, I love you, man. We good. Before AHNA hops on Biggie and gives her a good, I want to ride. I gotta say, it was nice to see that makeup. Will it last? I don't know. But next scene. We now have Big Lex and Summer chopping it up, having some wine and fruits. As they're talking, Suki and Bad Dolly come in with hugs, and they also join in and sit down for a good little chop up. I want to say Suki ends up asking Summer about Tasiki and what that was about, and Summer goes on to say, hey, I said what I said because she decided to butt her nose in my business. Suki's like, you're bugging. You cannot beat that girl. And I had to say, I was with Suki on that one. I was like, that is no beef you really want to stir up, Summer. I mean, damn, girl. Do you think that's actually smart? But I gotta give it to her, cause at least she ain't no punk. Either way, Suki then turns to Bad Dolly and Lex and asks them, what do they think about this whole Tasiki matter? And it was quite funny, because they don't have no beef at all with her, and they don't look like they want to have no beef with her. So I'm just like, damn, Summer, you're on your own with that one. If you didn't notice that, I don't know what to tell you. Suki then gets a text to her phone letting the ladies know that it's time to go. In our next scene, we have Rolly and Scotty with the body rolling into this very nice restaurant. They sit down and they start to chop it up. Some of the other ladies start to slowly come in as well, and I must say, this is the happiest I've ever seen anybody to see Krishan in a long time. And I'm not even trying to be funny, I'm trying to be real. Because honestly, in these other spaces that I find her in, it seems to be very awkward. So the girls were very happy to see her. Tommy comes in and everyone sits down to take a drink and begin to start chopping it up. As the drinks were flowing, Scotty speaks up and she says, guys, I have something to tell you. They all turn and say, what, when, how, what? And she says, I'm pregnant. And honestly, guys, I was taken back. I didn't hear all the rumors, and so I was surprised. They all were very happy, sat far damn near broke her neck to get to her and give her a hug. Krishan gave her nice words, nice blessings, and everyone honestly was very happy for her, including Rolly, everybody there, honestly. And yes, congratulations to you, Scotty. Towards the end of this episode, we see all the girls meet up at this spot. But we know when these girls all get together, it's gonna be a motherfucking showdown. Smiley, Nunu, and a few other the girls come in, and immediately I see Fauna start to prepare. And boy, when I tell you, I've never seen a preparation done like that ever before. Tinka and Mariah finally arrive, and they come into the spot real slick with it, real quiet. I'm like, all right, what's going on here? But once I seen Tinka put her stuff down, I said, I know what's going on. Tinka's like, come here, let's go. She wasn't trying to waste no time. Cold Killer steps up and they square up. Tinka takes her first swing and she misses. I'm like, you gotta be quicker than that. Tinka starts antagonizing her. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, I'm on that. They start squabbling again. Now, even though Tinka is bigger than, Cold Killer, and it might look like she doing more with her, I feel like Cold Killer was definitely standing on her 10 toes, and she was keeping up. Tinka grabs her, and now she got a hold of her. She's holding her until the guards finally break them apart. But Tinka's not done. Cold Killer says something like, you need to say sorry, or something about sorry, and Tinka like, sorry? So she felt a type of way. So they start squaring up and they go at it again. And like I said, I don't know y'all, but I feel like Tinka's a little slow right now. And she couldn't keep up. The girls are going at it. And as we get a flashback, we see why they have this beef. But back to the fight, Cold Killer is in her square up and she's like, but you're ugly. You're ugly though. Tinka's like, oh, so you ready? You want to go one more time? As Cold Killer continues to call her ugly, she begins to make noises. And might I say, those faces did not help you. It continues to make noises. Yeah. And I'm just like, all right now, let's get to it. Ding ding, it's round 3. And like I said, I don't know what it is, but it's giving tie. Or it's just giving Cold Killer's a bit faster than Tinka. But either way, Krishan and DJ Sky end up showing up. And they walk into this chaos confused. Everything is going down and they don't know what is happening. Tinka is still walking around talking about she wants to go another round. And I'm telling you, the only reason why she wanted to keep going is because she did not win. I'm just saying. Krishan stands there like, I don't even know why I decided to do this. But either way, let me mediate. And so she does. She asks Cold Killer what happened, what's going on. And Cold Killer fills her in. But does it really matter? Because she's still confused. And Tinka still wants to fight, so they do. They get it in, and I'm still like, Tinka, you may have needed more time. And I'm like Nunu at this point. I'm just glad they ain't got shit to do with me. While all this is going on, we see Summer, Big Lex, and Bad Dolly show up. And it was all hype until she walked through that door. Mariah wasted no time. She flew right in like she does. And she got to work. And I gotta say, Mariah, you kind of did your big one a little bit on that one. Even though you snuck her. They're going back and forth and Krishan comes in again to mediate. But does it matter really? Because our girl Krishan was still confused. And I can't really blame her because it's been a long time that she's been around all this bullshit. AHNA, Biggie, and Tasiki arrive, and Krishan tries to let them know that she doesn't know what the hell is going on. But come to my surprise, out of nowhere, Gretchen calls out AHNA. And at first, AHNA's like, hold on, wait a fucking minute. The girls are getting in the middle trying to break it up, asking why is this even going on? And Gretchen says it's because she talks too damn much. AHNA is confused, and so aren't we. Gretchen starts turning up, talking about, I don't give a fuck. And AHNA and her is just going back and forth. Gretchen continues to put her fingers in AHNA's face to the point where AHNA has had enough. She swings back and Krishan's in the middle, looking like she's gonna have a breakdown. AHNA takes off her shoes and they get to going. And I gotta say, AHNA, for a small girl, I gotta always give her props because them little hands be working. Both of them are wigless, and AHNA says, I'm not scared of you. They try to go again, but then the guards break them up. Gretchen tries to go to the table and grab some flowers, but they stop her dead in her tracks. At this point, Gretchen has lost all of her mind because she then goes to rush AHNA and accidentally bumps into Tasiki. Tasiki turns around looking like she was going to snatch her up a meal immediately. And the look on Gretchen's face was priceless. Krishan guards her sister like, look, I know I'm hungry too, but it ain't time to eat. Either way, Gretchen and AHNA go at it again. The guards break it up. In the background, Tinka's throwing stuff. And honestly, I really just said to myself, Tinka, this is not over a song. It clearly is not over a song. It is over the fact at this point that you did not win. But out of nowhere, from my side peripheral, I see AHNA. She done jumped on the goddamn table and landed on Gretchen's back. Gretchen couldn't even believe it. She said, damn, bitch. Really? All of the girls were shocked and I was truly entertained. I said, AHNA, you done made the show. It's officially a WWE SmackDown. AHNA yells, you bit me. And Gretchen says, I didn't even bite her. But the sad thing about that is, we don't believe. All in all, I would definitely grade this episode as a B. It was a good episode, and it ends off with Smiley and Biggie, and we'll see what's up with that this Sunday, which will be tomorrow. So definitely let me know what the hell y'all think down in the comments. Your girl was late, but it's better to be late than never. I had to drop it for y'all. So thank you for tuning in. Definitely for my OG Alien Squad, even for my newcomers, I appreciate it. Also, I hope everyone had a great late Thanksgiving and your days were blessed and your stomachs were full. Stay tuned, y'all, because there's more to come. And that's all I got. And until next time, I'm out.